Episode 461 is in the books, and I'm going to put a quick spoiler alert for those of you who are anime-only viewers. You might want to skip ahead about 10 to 15 seconds from this point forward. I love the fact that what they're deciding to do is further elaborate on the fact that Kaguya is building this army up with the Divine Tree to prepare for Momoshinki and Kinshinki, because it was something that was alluded to in the manga and alluded to when we saw the Boruto movie. So I like how they tied this up. Now, for those of you who were anime-only viewers, it's safe to listen to now. I love the fact that what they're doing in this filler arc is they're tying up a lot of loose ends that were in the manga. And I love how we get to see Hamaru and Hagoromo together serving Kaguya and their adults, because when the last episode ended off, we knew that Kaguya was about to have twins, and we knew that Kaguya was heartbroken. And when you look at her in this episode, she's looking up at the sky, and for those of you who have finished the manga, you know what she's looking for. But just to watch how she's continuing to look at the sky, similar to how she did when we first got introduced to her in the anime. And then when we see how Hagoromo and Hamaru are walking amongst the villagers, right away, it comes off like a plot hole. But it gets explained later on in the episode that instead of the people inside of Infinite Tsukuyomi dying and eventually becoming Zetsus, what ends up happening is Kaguya, out of guilt, I'm assuming, revives the people and just a small portion of the human race. And really, it makes a lot of sense for her to do that, because if she had put the entire world, or at least this region, under the Infinite Tsukuyomi, there was going to be no more people for the Divine Tree to gather chakra or life force from in order to bear fruit. So in a way, Kaguya ended up saving a portion of the human race. And I like how they did that, because it added a layer of humanity to her character while also making her out to be this cold and calculated villain. So that was good. This is stuff I wish we would have saw in the manga. But one of the things that's happening is Hagoromo is walking amongst the villagers with his brother, and they find out that the water that was upstream had suddenly stopped, and they think it might have been a bear. So they go to investigate, and that's when Gamamoru, the wise older toad sage in our timeline for Naruto, tells him, like, look, I put this boulder here. There's a reason why your mother does not want you to go beyond the peak. If you ever want to find out, you come see me. And it's kind of like the red pill and the blue pill in the Matrix. So that was kind of cool just to see that. And eventually curiosity gets the better of them. And the reason why is Hiyori, the woman that Hagoromo is in love with, ends up being sacrificed for the Divine Tree. And so now at this point, when they start putting everything together, like Kaguya, she is seen by other people in other nations as this dictator, and there's talk of rebellion. And that's why Kaguya has all of a sudden just started going outside of her village and her kingdom, and she's going out to these other lands, and basically, from the snake oil salesman, his own words, she's annihilating people. So Kaguya is dealing with the human race trying to rebel against her by using overwhelming force. So that was pretty cool to see that what Hagoromo told Naruto and Sasuke is actually taking place. That Kaguya, for the most part, she is becoming evil, and he's attributing it to the Divine Tree. And I'm wondering how much of that is the fact that when Gamamoru sits on the memory stone, he sees that his mother was actually in love with his father, and that there was actually good in her. So I'm really liking how they did this. But the highlight of this episode, and what you've seen in the title, is Hagoromo awakens the Sharingan. And this is something that, I'm not going to lie, if I remember, no, it was Asha and Indra who had the different power split up. But I like how when they showed this episode, what they did was they showed Hamaru with the Byakugan and him with the eyes, and Hagoromo was the one doing all the physical actions, whether it be the wind release and the lightning release. But when he sees Hiyori, her dead, lifeless body, that's when he awakens the Sharingan. And right away, he awakens it with 3 tomes. That tells you that he is on some extra next level shit. And he starts learning how to use Sage Mode. I'm very impressed by Hagoromo. I mean, we knew because he's the Sage of 6 Paths that he was going to be OP. But knowing that even with everything he has, he still might not be a challenge for Kaguya. Very interesting. So overall, very good episode, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What are you expecting for the fight next week? But as always, if you like anything I had to say, make sure you hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. I'll greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for watching.